Well, Iran and Russia have seen their long-term influence in Syria evaporate almost overnight, but the other great power now playing a winning hand in its southern neighbour is Turkey. Turkey has long supported the Syrian opposition and directly funds and arms the Syrian National Army, the SNA. It's also been hosting 3 million Syrian refugees, and thousands of those refugees were seen returning to Syria today. Well, to talk more about Turkey's role in Syria, we're joined by Dr. Hayetan Cohen-Yanarocak. He's a Turkey expert at the Jerusalem Institute for Strategy and Security. Welcome, Hayetan. We're also joined by Onur Erim. He's the president of Dragoman Strategies. Welcome to you both. As a Hayetan, I'll start with you. Does Israel essentially share a border with Turkey now?
Yes, actually, yes. But before my analysis, I would also like to emphasize that I'm affiliated with the Moshe Dayan Center at Tel Aviv University.
Apologies.
And now, thank you very much. And now I would like to analyze the latest situation. Yes, I penned an article that it is claiming that Turkey became Israel's neighbor. Both of the countries, they do not share a common border, but with the latest incidents in Syria, we can come to the conclusion that we are seeing that the Turks, they managed to replace the Iranian and the Russian influence with their own influence. Since 2011, we are seeing that the Turkish government, they provide everything that the rebels in Syria needed. They provided logistics, they provided ammunition, and in my opinion, one of the most important issue was the political support. Since the Astana process, we all witnessed that Turks became the core spokesperson of the rebels in Syria, and now, since the most important actor in Syria, Bashar al-Assad, was ousted, so we can say clearly that Turkey will fill the vacuum. Of course, in the short run, I expect the Turks that they will focus on the Kurds, on the PYD, YPG, on their own border. But later, of course, we will feel the Turkish influence also in the Israeli-Syrian affairs.
Okay, thank you, Hayetan. Onur Erim, is Turkey using the situation in Syria to advance its own interests, namely attack the Kurds who are living in the northeast of Syria? Because not everyone there is a member of the PKK or the YPG.
Well, as you mentioned, if I go by the words of the good doctor, I would have to answer it different way. But Turkey is not attacking Kurdish groups. Turkey is very simply from the beginning has been attacking a terrorist group, which is with different abbreviations of the extension of PKK, whether you call it YPG or anything else. It doesn't change the fact who they are, and what they have done. So Turkey has been defending its border. Turkey has been defending its own people against the US-backed and probably other countries backed, as well as Israel, a terrorist organization right across from its border. So depending on how you ask me the question, it has two different answers. But the question is not there whether YPG is a terrorist organization is not. It doesn't matter if it's being backed by US, Israel, or any other nation.
All right, but Bashar al-Assad has fallen. So why is Turkey still attacking Syrians?
Is YPG gone?
Of the country.
Did I miss something? Is YPG wiped?
Well, we just spoke.
Are they still not armed with more than 40,000 containers of U.S.-made military weapons, ammunitions? Are they all gone? Or did they hand them over, or did I miss it? I'm sorry. It's been a very hectic a week to 10 days. Unless they handed all these over, they let their arms go down. I don't understand the exact point of your question.
Okay, all right. Well, I've just spoken to a Syrian journalist, and he says he's speaking to people in Manbij and Kamishli, civilians who are too scared to go out of their homes because they are under attack from Turkish-backed forces.
You can't blame a lot of nations, a lot of armies around the world. You cannot blame neither the Turkish government nor the Turkish army for deliberately trying to hurt or hurting any kind of civilians. Turks just 2 years ago lost number of lives just not to be able to try to not to hurt a single soul, single civilian soul. So it's probably easy to make these assessments. I know where you are, but from the Western world, from London or from New York, but having been in the area in many places, in number of times, that is just not the case. That has never been the case. And trust me, had that been the case, there would have been loads of videos and loads of articles in regards to these so-called made-up atrocities that is attributed to some Turkish forces.
All right, your words, not mine. Hayetan, Turkey's just going after legitimate targets to protect itself in Syria.
First of all, let's make this kind of a distinction, as also your guest in Turkey already mentioned. Turkey is not making a differentiation between the PKK and the PYD-YPG. In the eyes of Ankara, both of the entities, they are the same entity. And of course, in Israel and also in the United States, in the Western world, we do recognize PKK as a terrorist organization. However, in the Western world, people are thinking not similar to Turkish administration, and they are putting a wall between the PYD-YPG and the PKK. And therefore, since the PYD-YPG also fought against ISIS, it is very uncomfortable for the Western forces to admit the symbiotic relationship between the PYD-YPG and the PKK. And we all know that since the fall of Bashar al-Assad, we do see, according to the reports, that the rebels, the Syrian rebels, the Free Syrian Army, they are trying to penetrate in the city center of Manbij, which is, of course, under the control of the PYD-YPG. Again, in the Turkish eyes, this faction is considered as a terrorist organization. But as you already mentioned, there are, of course, some civilians in the areas. So I assume that we will continue to hear such news also regarding the operation against the so-called terrorists, the PYD-YPG, or against the civilians. But what I understand from what is going on, since Bashar al-Assad fell, I really don't think that the Kurdish PYD-YPG can maintain its survival on the Turkish border. Sooner or later, Turkey will take precautions. Maybe it's not going to dirty its own hands, but it will use its proxies, the Free Syrian Army, to do this dirty job.
Well, it will all depend a great deal to what happens when President Trump takes office in just over a month's time, and what his policy will be, whether it's to continue supporting the Kurds or otherwise. Thank you very much to you both, Onur Erim and Hayetan Yanarocak.